Finland. Have you ever imagined living in a place where the sun disappears for months, but hope never fades? A country that combines cutting-edge technology with ancient traditions, where people warm up in saunas while the ice rains outside. Today I'm going to take you on an incredible tour of Finland, one of the most fascinating and mysterious countries in the world. And at the end of this video, you'll discover why choosing to live here can change your life forever. Stay with me until the end because you won't want to miss an amazing revelation. Finland is known as the land of 1,000 lakes. But did you know there are over 188,000? That's right. It's like every family could have their own private lake. What's more, while many countries struggle with the chaos of modern traffic, in Finland you'll find something unexpected, a deep love for vintage cars. Imagine a polar winter, snow-covered streets, and that classic Volvo cruising along leisurely. This is more than style, it's tradition. Now, what about saunas? There are over 3 million saunas for 5.5 million inhabitants. This means that literally every home has its own sauna. But why are saunas so important? The Finns believe that they purify both body and soul. And there is one rule. In the sauna, everyone is equal. No matter their social status, everyone is there to relax. Curious, don't you think? But Finland is much more than just lakes and saunas. It is also the birthplace of inventions that have changed the world. One example, the indestructible Nokia 3310. This cell phone has left its mark on generations, and its durability has even become an internet meme. In addition, Finland is a pioneer in education. Its educational system is considered one of the best on the planet. School is almost an extension of the family, with flexible hours, a focus on well-being, and an environment that prioritizes creativity. Another interesting point is the Finns' relationship with nature. They have a concept called every man's right, which allows anyone to explore forests, fields, and lakes, regardless of who owns the land. Of course, with freedom comes responsibility, and this is something they take very seriously. Respecting nature is almost a national mantra. What about weird competitions? Finland is the champion in this regard. Have you heard of the World Wife Carrying Championship? It's a race where participants carry their partners in different styles, like the Estonian style, where the wife hangs upside down on her husband's back. Plus, there's the cell phone throwing competition, a fun way to say goodbye to old devices. If you love Christmas, you should know that Finland is the official home of Santa Claus. Located in Rovaniemi, Lapland, the village of Santa Claus is one of the most visited destinations in the country. There, you can meet reindeer, send letters with an official North Pole stamp, and of course take a photo with Santa himself. Speaking of winter, the extreme cold doesn't stop the Finns from having fun. One of the most intriguing traditions is ice diving. After relaxing in the sauna for a while, many brave souls jump into holes made in the ice for an invigorating dip. It may sound crazy, but they say it's great for your health. On the other hand, Finland also surprises in the summer, when the days never end, literally. During the midnight sun phenomenon, the sun stays in the sky almost 24 hours a day. It is a unique experience that attracts tourists from all over the world for parties, festivals, and outdoor celebrations. Oh, and let's not forget Finnish cuisine. They have unique dishes like karjalan piraka, a type of pie made from rye dough and filled with rice or potatoes. And of course, to accompany it, there's nothing better than a cup of coffee. Yes, Finland is the country that consumes the most coffee in the world. Finally, it is worth highlighting the reserved and sincere nature of the Finns. They do not have the habit of striking up conversations with strangers, but when they become their friends, it is for life. And one thing is certain, they always keep their promises. After all, in Finland, a given word is a kept word. Do you know what Finnish women look for in a man? Hint, it's not just looks. They deeply value emotional intelligence and problem-solving skills. In a country where surviving winter requires planning and resilience, these qualities make all the difference. Men, on the other hand, look for independent, confident women with strong opinions. In one of the most egalitarian countries in the world, relationships are based on respect and true partnership. But here's a contrast that will really get your goat. Imagine trying to impress someone on a date during the polar winter. You won't see the sun for months. Temperatures drop to 20 degrees Celsius. Romantic, right? Well, that's exactly what the Finns are up to, showing that love has no limits. Not in terms of temperature, not in terms of light. Another fascinating aspect is the strength of women in Finnish society. They lead in many areas, from politics to science and technology. One example is Sanna Marin, who, upon assuming the role of Prime Minister, became one of the youngest leaders in the world. This strong female presence reflects the culture of equality that permeates the country. Finnish women are also incredibly connected to nature. You can often find them exploring trails, skiing, or simply relaxing by one of the thousands of lakes. This connection to the environment is not only a way of life, but also a reflection of Finnish values of sustainability and harmony with nature. And what about romantic dates? In Finland, things are simple and uncomplicated. A typical date might be a walk in the woods, a visit to a sauna, or even a hot coffee while watching the northern lights. There's no pressure to impress with flashy displays. The focus is on genuine connection. Furthermore, Finnish women value education and culture very much. A good conversation about books, art, or current affairs can be more effective than an expensive gift. Authenticity is the key to winning their hearts. Another interesting fact is that many Finnish women are not afraid to take the initiative. If they are interested in someone, they will show it. This direct approach may surprise those accustomed to more traditional cultures, but it is a reflection of the independent spirit of Finnish women. And for those who think that love life there is all about seriousness, it is worth mentioning the Finns' peculiar sense of humor. They love subtle and ironic jokes, which bring lightness even on the darkest winter days. Ultimately, what really matters to Finnish women is partnership. They want someone who supports them in their ambitions, respects their individuality, and is willing to build a life together. After all, in the cold Finnish climate, the warmth of a good relationship makes all the difference. They light their homes with candles, decorate their streets with colorful lights, and celebrate life in ways that defy logic. Therein lies the lesson for all of us. Even in the darkest moments, there is light to be found. Another great secret to coping with the polar winter is connecting with nature. Finns don't run away from the cold, they embrace it. Snowshoeing, skiing, ice fishing, and even swimming in frozen water, yes, swimming, are common practices. This almost symbiotic relationship with the environment helps keep the body and mind healthy. And how could we forget the Northern Lights? Lapland is one of the best places in the world to see this spectacle of lights dancing across the sky. Imagine stepping out of your house on a freezing night, looking out at the horizon and being greeted by vibrant colors that seem to paint the sky. It's a reminder that even on the darkest days, nature can surprise us with its beauty. Mental health is also a priority during the polar winter. Practices such as saunas, meditation, and physical exercise are widely adopted. It is common for people to spend more time at home, taking advantage of the moment to read, learn something new, or simply be with family. For tourists, the polar winter may seem like a daunting challenge, but the Finns turn it into a magical experience. Many visitors come to Lapland to experience the unique sensation of being in a place where time seems to stand still, enveloped in a deep and almost spiritual silence. And if you think children suffer from the darkness, think again. They love playing in the snow, building ice castles and sledding. Winter is a real adventure for them, a season full of new discoveries. Life in Finland is not all perfection. With one of the highest costs of living in the world, many people face financial challenges. In addition, the environmental issue is a major dilemma. How to balance technological development with the conservation of natural beauty? Here, it is common to find in-depth debates about how each person's actions impact the planet. What about you? What would you do if you were in this situation? Tell me in the comments. Another ethical dilemma facing Finns is the impact of tourism. Lapland, with its global reputation as the land of Santa Claus and the Northern Lights, attracts millions of tourists every year. While this boosts the local economy, it also brings with it problems such as pollution, destruction of natural habitats, and increased consumption of limited resources. Many wonder, how can tourism be harnessed without harming the environment and local communities? There is also a growing debate about the use of technology in education. Although the Finnish education system is considered one of the best in the world, there are concerns about the excessive digitalization in schools. Does replacing books with tablets really improve learning? And how does this affect children's emotional development? And what about gender equality? Despite being one of the most progressive countries in this regard, challenges still exist. Women in leadership positions face subtle discrimination, and the fight for pay equity is still far from ideal. How can a country that is an example to the world continue to make progress in this regard? Finland also faces issues related to immigration. The country has been receiving an increasing number of refugees and immigrants, which is a source of pride for many, but also creates tensions in some communities. Cultural integration and fighting prejudice are daily challenges to maintaining social harmony. The preservation of the language and culture of the Sami, the indigenous people of the Arctic region, is another sensitive issue. While some initiatives promote the appreciation of this rich cultural heritage, some argue that the government could do more to protect the rights of the Sami and their ancestral lands. And how could we not mention the ethics of energy consumption? Despite Finland's efforts to lead the transition to renewable energy, the country still relies partially on fossil fuels and nuclear power. This raises questions. Is it possible to maintain the pace of development without compromising sustainability ideals? On a personal level, many Finns struggle with the heightened individualism that is part of the local culture. While independence is valued, it can lead to feelings of isolation, especially during the long polar winter. The search for a balance between privacy and human connection is a recurring theme in social debates. Did you know that sharing knowledge like this can change lives? Subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so you don't miss any content like this. And if you're curious about Finland, leave a comment with the question you'd like to see answered. In a future video, your support is essential so we can continue bringing you quality content. Click on the link in the description and see this new feature. Oh, and there's another video waiting for you on your screen right now. Click there and discover something even more fascinating. See you in the next video. See you then.